Hi everyone, this is Emily. In this recording, I wanted to kind of talk about all of the families that are involved in Chapter 7, because I know there's a lot of them, and it's sometimes hard to keep them straight, and we're really going to work on how to name them and what to recognize as different about each compound, and hopefully this will be really helpful for you when you're studying. So the first family we're going to talk about is a carboxylic acid. So this is our big one for this chapter, and you're going to see this a lot in reactions. You'll see it in the acidic hydrolysis of esters in my previous recording, so you can refer to that if you want to. The big thing with these is we're going to have a carbon chain, but what's unique about the carboxylic acid is on pretty much it's always going to be an N carbon. But on that N carbon, you're going to have an OH group attached to it. But this carbon's also going to have that double bond O. So big thing with these is these both have to be on the same carbon in that chain. So if you have both of these pieces, like I boxed up here, this is going to be a carboxylic acid. Okay, so in terms of naming this, your ending is always going to be oic acid. Okay, so this one in particular, if I want to name it, this one I would call propanoic acid. And I don't have to worry about numbering it just because that double bond OH, because I told you it's always on an N carbon, it's kind of expected that it's on number 1, so you don't have to worry about numbering that. Okay, so that is carboxylic acids. Let me erase this real quick. Okay, so now we're going to talk about esters. And esters are huge in reactions. So these are really important to know what they are. With these ones are going to have that C double bond O. That's going to be pretty much consistent with all of these families we talk about. But what's unique about this is on that same carbon, instead of an OH group like with the carboxylic acids, you have an O and an R group. So R meaning like another set of carbons. So this is what's unique about esters, is having those two oxygens basically on that same carbon. But one of them is going to be double bound. Okay, so we got a carbonyl, oxygen, and then another carbon chain. Okay, so these are going to be your esters. And when you name these, you always want to name your alkyl group first. So big thing with these, your parent is always going to be your chain with the double bond O. Okay, and then your alkyl will be your group on the other side of the oxygen. So I'm going to go ahead and call that group propyl from over here. And then this one, we're going to put propan, like we're starting with propane. But the ending for esters is going to be O8. So that's big with esters. That's their unique naming system. So this one in particular, we're going to call propyl propanoate. Alright, so we got esters. So now let's look at anhydrides. Sorry, it takes a while to erase here. Okay, so let's do anhydrides. So what's unique about anhydrides is anhydrides have carbonyl groups. So they have the C double bond O, but these have two of them. You see right here, these are my two carbonyl groups. So this is the only family that has two. And what's going to be unique is they're going to be separated by an oxygen. Okay, so these carbonyls have to be right next to the oxygen, both of them. Okay, and pretty much always they're going to be symmetrical on each side, so they'll have the same number of carbons, so just be aware of that. So that's how you recognize that. And then the endings for these are kind of like the carboxylic acids, so we have that oic part, but instead of acid we put anhydride. Okay, so if we look at this one we would call propanoic anhydride. And then we don't have to put it twice, the propanoic part, because when we say anhydride, they're pretty much going to know that it's the same on both sides. So that's why we can leave it just like this and it's fine. Okay, it looks like I'm kind of running a lot on time on this video, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post another part that talks about the rest of these families in Chapter 7. So refer to that for the rest of them. Thank you.